Citizenship education enhances is aimed at providing a viable machinery through which sustainable development and social consciousness can be achieved. Today, the world is talking about sustainable development. You know, how do we develop our country? How do we achieve sustainable development? This course is there to introduce us into all of this. And so it molds us into becoming better citizens of the country. It is on this premise the federal government of Nigeria thought it wise to introduce the course so that we can be better acculturated. Because assume that you can't be a better citizen if you are not knowledgeable about the country Nigeria. And so we now move to the concept of citizenship. What is a citizen? Who is a citizen? You know, we need to understand, having understood what this course, introductorily, what this course seeks to achieve, which is to inculcate in us primarily our political literacy. Political literacy, in other words, making us understand the governmental philosophy, the structure of government, and all of that, which is a fundamental, knowledge which, as students, as individuals, we all need to acquire. Now, for you to be a good citizen, you need to understand all of these political and philosophical ideologies. So it prepares you for better studentship. It prepares you for, as a good citizen. It prepares you for the political life you would live. It makes you understand your do's, your don't, your rights, the right of government, your right, from the governmental perspective, and your right as an individual who is a citizen of that nation. So, having understood the reason for which this course is primarily introduced, which is to enhance our political literacy. Now, it's pertinent that we discuss what the concept of citizenship. Who is a citizen? What is citizenship? Now, a citizen, first of all, is someone who is born into a particular nation. The Nigerian Constitution defines a citizen as someone who is born into Nigeria before, or whose parents had existed in Nigeria before 1960, which is the period of our independence, or someone who has been given the right and privileges to acquire, to reside in Nigeria, is said to be a citizen of Nigeria. And so there are three basic ways through which we can acquire citizenship. We can become a citizen of a particular country. For instance, in Nigeria, the Nigerian Constitution stipulates that we can become citizens in three forms: citizens by birth, citizen by naturalization, and citizen by registration. For you to become a Nigerian citizen by birth, it means that any of your parents is born to is a Nigerian. You are born to a Nigerian. The child who is born to a Nigerian parent is either father or mother or grandparent is a Nigerian, either before 1960 or after 1960. Be it that you were born overseas or in Nigeria, you are a Nigerian. And so you have the right of of citizen. You have the right by birth, by virtue of your birth, to to acquire citizenship by birth. And so we have another concept, which is citizenship by registration. Anybody whose spouse is a Nigerian, by spouse we mean either your husband or your wife is a Nigerian, has the right to acquire, to become a citizen. And so having been married to a Nigerian citizen, this category of persons apply to be registered to be Nigerian. And so if all rights and privileges extended to every other citizen of Nigeria, every freeborn of Nigeria, is extended to them too. And then beyond that, we have the third and the most turbulent, most challenging part of being in Nigeria, process of becoming a Nigerian, which is citizenship by naturalization. But citizenship by naturalization, it means that having the according to Nigeria, every country has their own stipulations. I think the American system gives you 7 years. If you have resided and have been law abiding, you have stayed in America for 7 years, you have your right. You can apply to be naturalized, as a citizen of America. But I think the Nigerian constitution stipulates that you must have existed in Nigeria for 15 years. Having stayed in Nigeria for 15 years and have shown by all purpose and intent that you are ready to be loyal, law-abiding, and committed to the Nigerian cause, you can now apply to be for naturalization. And so a ceremony is organized when you are where you are accepted and indoctrinated into citizenship by naturalization. You know what? A foreigner, be it a Cameroonian, whose parent, none of the parents is a Nigerian, who has stayed in Nigeria for a stipulated period of time, 15 years, as stipulated by the Constitution, has a right to, it's free to apply to acquire citizenship by naturalization. It is on this premise that all Nigerians who are escaping the hardship of Nigeria and are going overseas, you see that you hear stories of them going to be married to the citizens of those countries so that they can acquire citizenship by registration, because it's about the easiest process of being a citizen, beyond the fact that you are born into that area. And so going forward, this course, now having achieved all of this, having become a citizen of that country, there are basic fundamental rights which the state owes you. The state owes you right to freedom of speech, right to freedom of association, right to life. In other words, your welfare, right to life, your welfare, your right, your welfare, and all of those issues. But there are periods where these rights can be taken from you, especially the right to life, even though the state owns, the state has, being a citizen of a country, the state has, it's a mandatory that the state provides for you and caters for your welfare, well-being, and security. The state equally can, there are periods where those rights can be denied you. For instance, if you become a vagabond, where the state sees that your right is beginning to infringe on the right of another person, because it is stated that your right begins where another man's right ends. And so by the time you begin to violate and trample on the rights of other people, and it becomes life-threatening, the state sees that you are becoming a threat to the state. The state has the right to take your life. It is on this premise we see armed robbers, terrorists, criminals being executed every day by either the state agency, the police, the army, and all of that, the military. This freedom of association, even though it is your right as a citizen, having acquired either citizen by birth, registration, or naturalization, you have a freedom to what? Freedom of movement. You have a freedom to move to anywhere, wherever you want to go. But equally, the state, being the regulator of all of this freedom, has a right, can equally deny this right. For instance, in Cross River State today, we see that this, the state has imposed a curfew. In other words, no movement from a particular time, from 10 o'clock till 6 a.m. All of this is done because the state has seen that the freedom it had granted each citizen is going with a number of challenges, which is the security challenges, the issues of kidnapping, armed robbery, banditry, and all of that. It has, the state has imposed a restriction on our movement. Ordinarily, we say, it's our right to move about, but the state has said no, because the state is wiser. The state has seen that allowing you to move about will not guarantee your security, and so the state can restrict your movement. Right, freedom of speech. You have the right to make, those are the fundamental rights as a citizen that you stand to benefit. You have the right to talk freely, to criticize the government. But there are restrictions to everything. There are moderations. And then freedom of association. You have the right to belong to any association, to any religious body. And that is why the Nigerian constitution stipulates that Nigeria is a secular nation. In other words, we don't have any religion as a state religion. You can be a Christian, you can be a Muslim. All of you have equal rights. You have your freedom of association, provided your right does not infringe on the rights of another person. So going forward, we'll look at, having said that this course is meant to enhance our political literacy, we'll see other political topical issues like political ideologies, democracy, socialism, capitalism, and all of that, and what they mean, what they entail. We see forms of government. We see types of authorities. We're going to look at the constitution, because as a citizen, it is our duty to know the stipulations and the provisions of the constitution, so that we'll be guided, we'll live as law-abiding citizens. Beyond that too, we're going to look at the formation of nationhood, Nigeria as a nation, how Nigeria started, the amalgamation of 1914. We're going to look at the pre-colonial system, we're going to look at the colonial system, we're going to look at the post-colonial system, we're going to look at the political structure, how constitutions were formed, the various constitutions, starting from the Lugat's constitution, Clifford's constitution, and the rest of the Richard constitution, and the rest of them. We're going to look at Nigeria and its relationship with ECOWAS. All of these issues will be discussed as time gets going. But we encourage you all as students to participate, to get materials, to read widely, attend lectures. We have a complaint where lecturers come for lectures, they don't meet students there. It's very appalling that lecturers will come for lectures and will not meet any student. Please try, as good citizens, as good students, it is your responsibility to attend lectures so that you'll be taught properly, because you really cannot foreclose the importance of a formal lecture setting where you are in class seeing the lecturer. That is the formative stage. And so we're going to end this today. Today is just introductory, introducing the fact that citizenship education has commenced. And so keep a date with us, as more authors, more scholars, more lecturers will come up to discuss various issues from next week. Thank you very much. Please attend lectures. Our lectures are 7 to 8 a.m. Try to, our students, try to know your venues so that you can participate adequately. Do your best, and we are here. The system is here to help you so that you become good students and good citizens. Thank you.